Welcome back to another video for Lord Gizmo. The Lodge guys pick up a bare VW Crafter panel van and imagine a luxury motorhome they can live and travel in. 6 months of learning, mistakes and hard graft later, she becomes Taylor. Let's follow the journey from the ground up. Day 1, and the work starts with tearing things out. The old brown hardboard lining is stripped from the walls and ceiling, panel by panel, until nothing is left but bare ribbed metal. And every panel has to come away without damaging the steel underneath. With the lining gone, the van gets a thorough clean. Timber struts are laid across the van's ribbed metal base, creating a level framework and, just as importantly, a series of pockets between them. Those pockets between the struts are then filled with insulation, and a foil layer goes down over the top to reflect heat back into the van. Then comes what the team themselves label the scary van conversion moment: cutting the windows. Openings are marked out and cut straight through the van's metal sides, turning solid panels into holes. There is no undo on a job like this. Cut it oversized or slightly out of square, and the window will never seal properly, leaking at motorway speed and weakening the panel around it. The glass is bonded in, daylight floods the space, and the work van suddenly starts to feel like a room. Attention turns to the walls. Timber battens are fixed around the van's ribs to create solid fixing points. The insulation itself is made from recycled plastic bottles, and it is fire retardant, which matters a great deal in a sealed metal box with a full electrical system running behind every panel. Over the top of it, a vapor barrier is fitted and taped, sealing the insulation off from the living space. With the walls still open, the electrical wiring goes in. Cables are run behind the framework to every future light, socket, and switch, mapped out long before anything is closed up. A single forgotten cable behind a finished wall means tearing the panels back off, so every run is planned and pulled through while there is still access. The frame is built from IKEA bed beams, extended so the platform reaches out over the living area, giving a full-width bed up high and a huge garage space underneath for bikes and gear. The base is built as a foam-based tray to keep the weight down, because in a vehicle, every kilo you add is a kilo the engine, the suspension, and the fuel tank have to carry for the rest of its life. Now, the interior finally starts to close up. Ply panels are cut and fitted to the walls and ceiling, traced around the van's curves, and the roof lining goes in. With the walls lined, the electrical system moves to its second fix. Cables that were pulled through weeks ago are now terminated into switches, spotlights, and sockets, and the ceiling lights go in. Every wall is then sanded down before painting. Paint hides nothing. It magnifies whatever is underneath it. The power outlets go in next, dropped into the paneling at worktop height and behind the bed, then wired back to the consumer unit. On the wall by the door, the inverter and charge controllers are mounted in a neat blue bank, with the leisure batteries connected up beneath them. When the breakers go in and the first socket tests live, Taylor stops being a shell with wires in it and becomes a vehicle with its own working power grid. Attention turns to the wet room and to another job the team flag as genuinely nerve-wracking, cutting the acrylic panels that will line the shower walls. The panels are cut, offered into the cubicle, and bonded to the walls, creating a fully sealed waterproof shower in the corner of a van. The walls are clad in foam-backed oak strips, slim timber slats that curve with the shape of the van and become the signature look of the whole interior. They are stained with oil to bring out the color and depth of the grain, and the difference is immediate. Get one seam wrong here, and water finds its way into the timber behind. The kitchen is next, and it is built from scratch. Carcasses are assembled, doors and drawers are made up, and the units are offered into place. When they slide in and fit, there is genuine celebration, and anyone who has built furniture for a curved metal box will understand why. The worktop goes on, a hole is cut for the hob, and the appliances go in, a proper oven, an induction hob, and a sink with a tall black mixer tap. A hole is marked and cut for the sink, and another for the induction hob, both straight through a worktop that has already been fitted, leveled and finished. The splashback goes in, and then comes one of the most honest moments of the whole build. They install it, step back, look at it, and simply hate it. So it comes straight back off. In its place goes stick on glossy tiles, laid up in a pattern that catches the light and lifts the whole kitchen. It is a reminder that even a build this carefully planned still involves standing back, admitting something does not work, and doing it twice. By now, it is Christmas, and the Santa hats are out, but the work does not stop. In the garage and out on the driveway, the team start building the table and chairs from scratch, cutting and assembling the carcasses that will become the dining and living area. Building furniture for a van means building it twice as strong as furniture for a house, because everything in here has to survive being driven down a motorway. The rear doors are framed and clad to match the interior, so that when they swing open, there is no bare metal in sight. It is a detail most conversions skip entirely, and it is exactly the sort of thing that separates a good build from a great one. The side doors get the same treatment. Panels are cut to follow the shape of the sliding door and its window, then clad and trimmed so the finish carries around the whole living space without a break. Wood effect vinyl flooring is rolled out, cut to the van's shape, and laid over the subfloor that went down all those months ago. A table is built, mocked up first, then made properly and stained to match. Curtains are fitted and, just like the splashback, the team take one look and hate them, so those come down too and are replaced with blinds. Relief all round. The TV bracket goes up on the wall and a mechanism is built that folds the table and chairs down into sofa mode, so the same corner works as a dining space by day and a lounge by night. The seating is upholstered, and they keep some of the soft heather color to warm the palette against all that oak and white. More stools are built in the garage, and the last pieces of furniture are stained and finished indoors. These are the small jobs that seem to take forever at the end of a build, and they are the ones that decide whether it feels like a van with furniture in it or an actual home. Finally, the outside. The silver panels are wrapped in a deep, moody charcoal gray, and Taylor stops looking like a work van altogether. She looks like a machine that means business. Full kitchen with an oven and a hob, a proper wet room, LED strips glowing softly under the bed, a big screen on the wall, and plants tucked into the corners of a genuine little lounge. There is a cushion on the bed that reads, "Home is where we park it." And by now, that is not a slogan, it is just a fact. She is not factory perfect, and the lodge guys are the first to admit the mistakes they made along the way. But every one of those mistakes is built into a home that is completely, genuinely theirs. Well done to the Lodge Guys. For more of the build and the adventures that follow, check out the Lodge Guys on YouTube. Their channel is linked in the description box. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this one, do give it a like and consider subscribing to Lord Gizmo for more builds, more stories, and plenty more projects just like this. See you in the next one.